fathers out here, all right, and breeding these women and then turning back to give a dime. You understand? Like some of you deadbeat fathers out there not taking care of your children, infidels. All right? Don't quick to leave the home. There's a lack of fatherhood in the home. There's a lack of masculinity in the home. Likewise, a set of monsters breeding. Menstruous woman bringing forth monsters. A man that is born of a woman is a few days, meaning raised up. All right?
There's a pig.
Can. Well, you got something there? Continuing the answer, chapter 7 back to Shah. Alright, time for you people to wake up. Start to smell the coffee. Alright, these Chinese, these so-called white people, alright, these Indians is not your friends. Salakia. Alright, they are not your friends. These people are out here to destroy you all. They plotted against you all. In the 16th century to the 19th century, they took you all over here on slave ships. Alright, don't forget about that. These are the ones that whipped you, that had you on the cotton fields working 18 hours when there's 24 hours in a day. Alright? But now you all say love everybody and forget that. That's the past. But that is what built up their kingdom. They built up their kingdom by stepping on your neck. Good. That's how they built up their kingdom. By the time you all rise up, as the scripture rightfully says, the destruction of the poor is their property. They need us to survive. They need us to pay taxes. Alright? They need us to live. Alright? As the scripture says in the parable, they licked our souls, meaning they lived off our blood, sweat, and tears. Alright, go ahead. Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 7 verse 1. Do no evil, so shall no harm come unto you. Depart from the unjust, and iniquity shall turn away from you. Lord, my son, show not upon thy furrows of unrighteousness.
The furrows of unrighteousness, go ahead.
Run, and thou shalt not reap them sevenfold.
Thou shalt not reap them sevenfold. Somebody give me Galatians 6 and verse 7. After verse 22 and verse 8. Alright, because alright, done. You understand? Because what they don't understand is every action have an equal and opposite reaction with the Most High. Alright, the Most High is a balanced power. Wherever a man deserves, that is what you go and give him. If you sow iniquity, you will reap the reward of it. Where?
It says Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 8. He that soweth iniquity shall reap vanity, and the rod of his anger shall fail.
The rod of his anger shall fail. Alright, and that we are seeing going on in these so-called black communities or the ghettos. The rod of the anger failing, the gun failing them. Alright? That's why they're being gunned, they're being killed. Alright, because that is not the blessing. You have no dealings with that weapon. Alright? Go ahead. Galatians 6, verse 7. Understand? What happening today is all people are reaping the rewards that they're doing.
It's the book of Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7. It says, be not deceived. Yahweh Hashem Yahshua is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
That shall he also reap. Wherever a man sow, that is where you go in and receive from the Most High. You understand? So once you all continue to go there and keep carnival, alright, keep the festivals of the flesh, you're going to reap judgment. You're going to reap death and destruction from the Most High. And the mass murders in Trinidad is going to increase. It's not going to get better. I think it's not going to get better in this place. Destruction cometh. Go ahead.
This is the book of Revelation chapter 13 and verse 9. It says, if any man have an ear, let him hear.
If any man can understand how the Spirit of understanding, go ahead.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
He that what?
Leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
And these people led you all into captivity. Alright, so the scripture saying that they shall go into captivity. And many of you so-called blacks would like to hear that. Because why? You all have that Stockholm syndrome. You love massa. Alright? But the Most High is saying that that is the what? Continue.
It says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with a sword must be killed with a sword. There is the patience and the faith of the saints.
That is the patience and the faith of the saints. We the prophets waiting to hear that. Alright, we waiting for the day that these devils go into captivity. And they will.
That's right.
Alright, so I don't know why it is they should be practicing to serve us right now. Alright, they should be getting themselves in that mindset to serve the true kings of the earth. Somebody give me Psalm chapter 2 and verse 1.
They basically in the spirit,
Somebody control the camera.
if they know that they're gonna die tomorrow, they will take full use of the night. And that's what they're doing, they're making the full use of the kingdom, you know what I mean? They make, you understand? That's what they ought to do, really make it full, because when they come out of this rulership, hey, there's a foot gonna be up their ass.
That's right. Revelation. Psalm chapter 2 verse 1.
Psalms chapter 2 verse 1. And it reads, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?
Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Why did they still continuing? Why don't let us bow? Why don't let us give up? You understand? Because at the end of the day, it's a vain thing. Because affliction not gonna rise up a second time. Somebody give me Nahum chapter 1. Alright, straight to the point, verse 9. Alright, affliction is not gonna rise the second time. It's a vain imagination. And the scripture said the inward thought is that the houses shall continue forever. Alright, but it's not gonna be so. Alright? It's not gonna be so. The Most High gonna bring it to an end.
Nahum 1 verse 9, it says, what do you imagine against Yahweh?
What do you imagine against Yahweh? And imagining wicked against his people is imagining wickedness against him. Alright, so go ahead.
He will make another end. Affliction shall not rise up the second time.
Affliction shall not rise up a second time. Alright, so you're not going to have us in these captivities, alright, 10 years from now. Alright? You're going to be in captivity. That's the future. That is what's next. Israel has next. We, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, have next. Alright, we're going to be the rulers of this earth.
That's right.
That's right.
Stick in the Psalms too, eh?
Got something here for you.
Come here. Go in Psalms.
Back in Psalms chapter 2, verse 2. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed.
When they did that, read Psalms 83. Somebody read Psalms 83 real quick, Baba Kasha.
Alright, this is Psalms chapter 83, and it reads,
Verse 1.
Psalms chapter 83 verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God, hold not thy peace,
Go ahead.
and be not still, O God. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
Like what?
Thy enemies make a
So
tumult.
the Most High's enemies. Alright, let's see who's them enemies. Go ahead.
You do not. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Go ahead.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden
Who
ones.
is the Most High hidden ones? We are the Most High hidden ones. We are hidden between all these different nations. Alright, we have the covering cast over us, but we can identify ourselves. We are hidden away. Go ahead.
You know, for they have consulted, verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation,
Go ahead.
that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Go ahead.
You know, for they have consulted together with one consent.
One consent. They were confederate. Go ahead.
They have come confederate against it.
Go ahead.
You know, the tabernacles of Edom,
The tabernacles of Edom. So they list them out now. And that is so-called white race of people that you all love. You understand? These people is the head. Alright, that is the captain of that team. That is the Most High's enemies. Alright? And as the scripture said, do I not hate them that hate thee, O Lord? Yeah, with a perfect hatred.
That's right.
Go ahead.
the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites,
And the what?
the
And the
Ishmaelites,
Ishmaelites. So too bad. All you that follow in the Arabic way. Alright, all you that in Islam. Too bad, because Ishmael is an enemy to the Most High. And that is who you all claim to have founded your shit.
that's right, that's right.
Alright, go ahead.
And of Moab,
These Chinese, these Down syndrome looking people, go ahead.
and the Hagarenes, Gobal, and Ammon.
Where?
The Amalek and the Palestinians, the Palestines,
Right?
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Yeah, so all these nations, they're gonna have to face the Mosai's wrath. Alright, because they came up against the Mosai's people, which ultimately is coming up against him. Because we are the apple of the Mosai's eyes.
right.
When you read in the book of Jeremiah, alright, chapter 2 and verse 3. Alright, Israel is holiness. Jeremiah.
That's something here for you.
Go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 14. It says, the sons also of them that afflict thee shall come bending unto thee.
Shall come what?
Bending unto
They
thee.
shall come bending unto us, meaning they're going to bow down to us. They're going to submit themselves unto us. Alright, go ahead.
And all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the sole of thy feet.
That great humbling coming to these heathens. Alright? The Most High going to humble them. But what the Most High going to do, he's going to rise up his men with spiritual powers. Alright? He's going to rise up his elect men with its spiritual gifts. Alright? To be able to fight against these devils.
That's
Going
right.
to lift up a standard against them. So they will have no choice to come and bend their knees. Even the children. Alright? Even those of you so-called whites that claim to, hey, that was us. That was our foreparents. You all have to come bending also. Alright? Because the scripture says what prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, so that they do not rise up again, because why? Reincarnation exists.
Done.
Alright? So what the Most High looking to do is totally subdue the whole nation of Edom.
That's right.
Alright? Well, in the Psalms 2, yes, I'm all happy, sir. Well,
Psalms 2?
yes.
Right. Back in Psalms chapter 2, I read on from verse 3. Psalm chapter 2 verse 3. Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us.
Well,
He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh.
why you laughing? Because you don't know that failure plan. You understand? Because that's what you all try to accomplish this heathen nation. That's what they try to do us. It's not gonna fulfill. As the scripture says in Job, he has disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. So you're going to laugh at them, you're going to have them in derision. What them really trying to do? You understand? The Most High gave them a challenge. He says, search out the heavens, search out the seas, and then I would think about casting off for people. You understand? And they can't do that up to now. So the Most High, what you doing up in heaven? Laughing at these clowns. Why do the heathen rage? Why do they imagine a vain thing? Go ahead.
You know, he that sitteth in heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision.
Go ahead.
Verse 5. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them in his sore displeasure.
Go ahead.
Verse 6. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree.
Go ahead.
The Lord hath said unto me, Thou art my son, this have I begotten thee.
Yeah, that the Lord Yahushua Mashiach. Alright, the Most High set him up, and he's gonna come with, and he's gonna have crumbs upon his head. For why? He's gonna defeat all these kingdoms, all these kings of the world. Alright, Esau, Edom, all of them. Alright, they're gonna be cast down low, and the Lord alone is gonna be exalted. Go ahead.
Verse 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance.
You will give him the heathen for his inheritance. And guess what? We are joint heirs with Yahushua. Alright? So these heathens gonna be our possession. That's how beautiful it is. We're going to be kings and we're going to be above them. No longer they could watch us as niggers. Alright, or just call us black people and look at them. And the scripture says in Exodus 11:7. Alright, against none of any of the children of Israel shall not have dog lift his tongue. That's going to be literally fulfilled in that time.
That's right.
They ain't going to be able to speak against us. Alright, they ain't going to be able to say boo, not even in their mind. Alright, because we're going to have them powers to read minds. Alright? And we're gonna deal with them as soup. Well,
You know, and the utmost parts of the earth for thy possession.
utmost parts of the earth, four corners, Jake is gonna be ruling. When they go to the north, Jake going to be in charge. When they go to the south, Jake going to be in charge. East, the west, is only Jake's going to be in rulership. Gonna come like the Dark Ages. You understand? Or greater. You're gonna even be in charge of outer space. You know? It's a total takeover. Just recently we had on the new moon night. We had that black moon. You understand? The Jake's going on right. We're gonna take over all the light. Alright, the lamp of the wicked gonna be put out. You know, that's what coming to this place. Wait a second, just 6 seconds.
This is Revelation chapter 11 verse 3. It says, and I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,200 and 60 days clothed in sackcloth.
Yeah, and the witnesses is children of Israel. Alright, go ahead.
Jump down to verse 7 and say,
Why we in sackcloth? Because we in a state of mourning. That's like we in right now. We in sackcloth. You understand? Because we under these heathens. It's a pitiful state to be in. Alright, dogs have come past us. Dogs ruling over us. Ain't that the time they be decked up and all glamorous? Alright, go ahead.
Jump down to verse 7 and say, and when they shall have finished their testimony, the beasts that are selling out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them, and shall overcome them and kill them.
These devils, when they rose up, alright? When they rose up against us, they died what they're doing right now. You know, they're conquering us up to this very set day. They put all their iconism, they pass all their fornication and they rule it today. Alright, so they overcoming us. Go ahead.
And the dead body shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also the Lord was crucified.
And they see that today, Jake's being killed all over. Jake's right now in a dead state. Alright? Jake's is the valley of dry bones. You know? Go ahead. Can.
11.
And Sodom and Egypt is our land over there called America. Alright, that's Sodom and Egypt today. Go ahead.
Verse 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
And great fear falling upon them right now. They are afraid. These devils are afraid right now. You know, seeing so-called black Latinos and Native American Indian men from the four corners of the earth rising up against them in the name and the power of the Lord. Alright? These devils shaking in their boots. You understand? But that's all to the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Well,
Yeah, the scripture says we're going to take the kingdom by force.
that's right.
This is the book of chapter 2 Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 6. It says, then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended.
By the Lord also shall they be ended. By the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai shall the devil's kingdom come to naught.
By none other.
And by none other. Alright? So they're going to know for surety who it is that this to Edom. They're going to ask, who is he that cometh from Bozrah? From Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah. Alright? Yahweh Hashem Yahushai of course is his name.
That's right.
They're going to know. Alright? And all the nations of the earth are going to come and worship, because what? They're going to come and worship the nation of Israel. Because when the Lord does what he has to do, alright, when he says what? Wait on me till I rise up to the prey. When he does what he has to do, we as joint heirs with him, we're going to receive glory. These nations going to flow unto us. Alright, somebody give me Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 1.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, the word that Isaiah, son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem.
Right?
And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mount of Yahweh's house shall be established in the top of the mountains,
It's going to be above all these nations, above all these governments. Go ahead.
and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. And many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountains of Yahweh, to the house of the God of Jacob,
To the house of the God of Jacob. Go ahead.
and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his path. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem.
The word of Yahweh from Jerusalem. Alright, the Most High name going to be dreadful among the heathens. You understand? So when they see the nation of Israel, when they see us, They're going to be afraid. They're going to bow down. They're going to come and worship us. They're going to follow each and every one of our commands. They're going to want to learn about our ways. Learn righteousness. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 60, verse 15 and 16. It says, whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations.
A joy of many generations, a total excellency. When these nations see us, they're not going to say, look at them niggas. They're going to say, look at excellency. Look at perfection.
Come on.
Go ahead.
It says, thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles, and shall suck the breasts of kings.
Yeah, all the riches is gonna come to us. Alright? All the things that they're storing up right now, the nation of Israel is gonna put it on. And the scripture in Job chapter 27, Job chapter 27 and verse 20. Alright? Because right now, America is known for having the most amount of gold stored up in their banks. Alright, and who they're storing up for? They're storing it up for us. They turn it into the blocks to build up our kingdom, to pave our streets. That's what they're storing it up for. It's not going to be used for their use. We're going to serve the breast of the Gentiles.
Done.
Alright?
This is the book of Job, chapter 27 and 20. 16. Where it says, though he heap up silver and dust as the dust, and appear and prepare raiment as the clay, he may prepare in it, but the just shall put it on.
He may prepare it, but the just shall put it on. Alright, and the reason being, gold, alright, is the wealth of kings. Silver is the wealth of gentlemen. Barter, alright, is the wealth of peasants. And like the peasants. You understand? Roughly paraphrasing it. But hey, the first two, gold and silver, alright, it's for kings and for gentlemen, and these so-called white peasant people is none of the above. Alright, the scripture say they are beasts. Alright, they are defiled creatures, faces of men. We have better than history. Give me somebody, give me Job chapter 30 and verse 1.
Job chapter 30, verse 1. It says, but no, it says, but no, they that are younger than I have me in derision.
They that are younger than I have me in derision. They over us. And the scripture says children are the oppressors and women rule over them. They're younger than they are below us. We are adults to them. Reason being, we know the will of the Father. The laws, commandments of the Father was given to us and it wasn't given to them. So that makes us mature than them in spirit. Superior for them also. The first fruits. Go ahead.
It says, whose father I would have this day to have sit with the dogs of my flock.
Because why? They defiled. They would have sex with the dogs. They would have tried to do some kind of experiment on the dogs or some kind of shit. Alright? Job knew the profanity of these devils. Go ahead.
Verse 2, it says, yea, whereto by the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. It says, for want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste.
Yeah, there was like vagabonds, like vagrants. They wasn't civilized people as we taught them civilization.
Done.
You understand? They ain't even civilized up to this very certain day because they don't like to bathe. They do nothing about hygiene.
Like bloody meat.
Can't. Raw meat. Alright? They like to meat medium rare. Alright? Well,
it says, who cut up mellows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men.
They were driven forth from among men. What if, like how here's run a vagrant? A vagrant come in and max, everybody go run him. Because why? Unpleasant. You understand? Inhumane. And that's how these devils are. These devils are you all accept in your homes. Alright? Around your societies. That you all see as royalty. As duchess and queens and princes. These people are inhumane. They are beasts. Alright, go ahead.
It says they were driven from among men. They cried after them as after a thief. To dwell in the cliffs.
And they are thieves. All right, they are thieves because why? Look where we are today and look where they are. They in our land. That is not their land. They have our they took our identity. They stole it. You understand? They stole our book. All right, they painted their own images. These are thieves. Well,
It says they dwell in the clefts of the valley, in the caves of the earth.
in the caves of the earth.
And the rocks.
Hence the reason why they call themselves what? Caucasians. They dwelt in the Caucasus Mountains within caves. You understand? Like the history of these devils that you all love today. They are beasts. Alright? They are not suitable for rulership.
That's right.
Alright? We are the true kings of this earth.
That's right.
That's Psalm chapter 2 there still are. Uncle Sharp, 1 verse 10. Alright, because it's time for the true kings to rise up. Alright, it's time for Yasharala, the princes of the Most High, to take a stand.
That's right.
Alright, prepare for the kingdom, and that's what we bring down to you all. Prepare for rulership, for that kingly mentality. Alright?
Psalms chapter 2 verse 10. Be wise. No, therefore, O ye kings.
And how you gonna be wise? The beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Most High, the following of the laws, commandments, and statutes. Alright? So that's what you kings supposed to be doing right now. Coming to hear this word, coming to learn of your heritage. Go ahead.
Be instructed, O ye judges of the earth.
Ye judges of the earth. And hey, in that time of the kingdom, we're going to be perfect judges. Because why? We have went through it all. We know how to be suffering. We know how to suffer. We know how to have. We know how to be a base and a mount. Understand? So when we execute in judgment, it will be just because we've been through it all. We experienced it. Alright? We'll have a balanced judgment. Where?
Psalms chapter 2, verse 11, reading on. And it says, serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling.
Serve the Lord with what?
Fear and rejoice with trembling.
You can. And these Christians out here will tell you, hey, serve the Lord with respect. Respect God. Don't fear God, respect Him. But the Most High wanted to fear and tremble at Him because why? He's able within a second to turn you into ashes or earth. Alright? That is the power that is within the Most High's arms. The Most High created you. Alright? He created the blueprint for all this to exist. So you want to just respect Him? Most High didn't pitch marbles with you. Most High didn't go primary school with you. Alright? The Most High created you. Alright? So you had to fear Him. Well,
Proverbs chapter 1 verse 7.
beautiful.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge.
Can.
But fools despise wisdom and instruction.
Yes, so all you can go and get a bachelor's degree, a doctorate. Once you don't fear the Most High, he's a damn idiot. Alright? He's a damn fool. Because the Most High, within a twinkling of an eye, can take away all that. To make all of that of no use. You understand? You can implement martial law tomorrow, and that ain't going to help you. Your riches ain't going to help you. Your diplomacy ain't going to help you. So you're going to stand up there looking like a fool. You understand? With all your papers in your hand. Where?
There's some, I'll go back a little bit and talk about the kings now. This is Proverbs chapter 16 and 12.
Where?
It is an abomination to kings to commit wickedness, for the throne is established by righteousness.
The throne is established by righteousness. So that just shows that these people, they don't belong there. They don't belong there. Alright, because kings are supposed to work for iniquity and righteousness. And that's what they do on a daily basis.
Supposed to be passing out righteous judgment and make sure things go in a righteous order.
That's right. But they ain't doing that. Somebody give me the book of Proverbs chapter 14 and verse 34. Alright? Because we're supposed to righteousness will establish a kingdom.
Hey, righteousness is immortal.
That's right.
King will have a long life if he continue in righteousness.
That's right.
This is the book of Proverbs chapter 40 verse 34. Righteousness exalted a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people.
Sin is a reproach to any people. And these heathen nation, they're full of sin. Number one sin, the main sin is afflicting us. Alright, that is the main sin. The Most High said, they that touch you shall offend.
God.
They committed an offense by touching His people. Most High said He was a little displeased. Alright, but they had further the affliction. You understand? So the Most High going to bring their kingdom to naught. Because righteousness is what really and truly exalts a nation. So that is what we're rehearsing right now. The righteous acts and the Most High. So that we could go to the top of the food chain where we belong. Alright, we don't deserve to be under these dogs. Alright, we don't deserve to be under these children. You know, children always make a mess. And that's what you're seeing going on in the earth today. They're making a mess of things. Alright, the air is polluted. The land is bringing forth, they need for